Joining us now in the studio, we have broadcaster Julia Hartley-Brewer, alongside columnist Owen Jones and former Army Commander Colonel Bob Stewart. Julia, what's your instinct in this? Should we get involved?
My instinct is we haven't got a choice about getting involved. Shall we declare war? They've already declared war against us. It's time to get involved. Stop pretending there is a realistic border between Iraq and Syria. We're bombing in Iraq. We should be bombing in Syria. If it was up to me, we would have gone in a long time ago, and we would go in now with ground troops. We are not going to win this.
Boots on the ground.
Boots on the ground. We're not going to. It's a matter of when, not if. We may as well go in sooner rather than later. Well, things have not got any better as we've waited.
Okay, Owen?
Look, everyone agrees this is a sickening death cult. I went to Paris in the aftermath, and you see the flowers outside that theatre, and you can't help but feel disgust and anger and revulsion at this bunch of murderous losers. But the truth is, history isn't a perfect guide, but it's the best one we've got. And we've had the so-called war on terror now for 14 years. I don't think anyone with a straight face can say since then we've been left safer. We've had several wars, bombing campaigns, invasions, and the truth is the threat of terrorism is now greater than ever.
So do you say do nothing now?
No, absolutely not. No, we need to deal, A, with Saudi Arabia, one of our key allies who export international extremism across the world. B, Turkey, another key ally, allowing ISIS to cross the border, attacking Kurdish freedom fighters. We need to support those key Kurdish freedom fighters, but we do not need to support... I mean, we've heard this figure bandied around, 70,000 moderate rebels from the same people who gave us the 45-minute claim, and the reality is that's just not backed up by the evidence on the ground.
Described as a rag bag. We've got the military man here who knows all about Bosnia, Colonel Bob Stewart, who's also an MP as well. There's a big fear amongst people that ISIL, call them whatever you want, are a bit like a hornet's nest, and if you poke them, although, yes, there are strikes in Iraq going on at the moment, but if we poke them in Syria, we will pay the consequences.
Yes, but we're paying the consequences anyway, and I agree with Owen. All those things he's outlined, we should be doing. But equally, we should be giving them as bloody nose as we can to keep them in position. At the same time, we say we've been bombing for a while and it has had no impact, you could say. You could say if we weren't bombing, it could have had a much greater impact. And my view on bombing is, let us actually join our allies.
OK, one of those allies is Russia. Let me put something very controversial to you. They are there in Syria. They want to prop up President Assad. Up until now, we're saying, no, regime change, we want Assad out. Have we not learned from all that went on in Iraq, what's going on in Libya, what's going on in Afghanistan? Maybe the devil you know is better. Now, however unpalatable that is, should we follow Russia's actions and maybe prop up Assad?
No, I mean, Libya is another example where it was said we have to take urgent action. That country's now overrun by Islamic fundamentalist terrorists. But no, look, we're most angry with ISIS because they've targeted our own. But the reality is in Syria, the vast majority of civilians being killed are not being killed by ISIS. They're being killed by Assad. Barrel bombs dropped full of shrapnel and nails, which are intended to kill innocent people.
OK.
But to be fair, the people on the left were opposed to taking action against Assad. I've been calling for action against him. I'm of the view that there is no moral position, whether left or right, which says it's OK for dictators, tyrannical despots, which is what Assad is and has been for many years, to shoot and bomb and chemical attack their own people.
But he's not shooting and bombing in Paris.
No, but a life is a life, and and it comes back actually to the solution which we were talking about before, because the reality is most people in Syria belong to Sunni Islam, and they fear Assad more than they fear ISIS. So the reality is we've got to have a political solution. Everyone agrees on this, by the way, where we have a national unity government in Syria that can command the support of the Sunni majority. Unless that happens and we have that sorted...
How long would that take, Owen? I think people, you know, post-Paris, post 9/11, actually, and then more recently, obviously, post-Paris, people are saying, we're hearing from the experts, they're not saying it's not if they target Great Britain, it's when. So people are very worried. People Christmas shopping now, you know, going out in family outings, they're scared. And we say, what do we do? Do we do nothing? Do we sit back and let... Because you're saying it's all happening there, but people are worried it's coming here. Do we make ourselves more of a target by going in and bombing, or should we just let them get on with it and say, well, it's nothing to do with us?
No one's saying we should do nothing, but equally no one, even those who support what is going to be a token British contribution, by the way, is going to solve all the problems either. The reality is we've been a target for a long time. 7/7 happened long before Syria.
Token contribution. Some people would say it's a gesture, but it's a potent gesture. I was with two senior French military officers 2 nights ago, and they said to me, please join us. It means so much to us. It means so much if the British come and join us in attacking Syria. At the moment, we are not considered to be fully part of the game. We need to be part of the game. It's a wrong word to use. We need to be part of the game because, frankly, we need to be there to try and help the solution. And the solution is peace in Syria, the people there able to live in peace,
and able to
their
return
people
to Syria,
and return there and not coming into Europe.